Waiting, and we are live, Jenny.
Hello.
Here comes the introduction. That was my Kermit D. Frog voice.
That's perfect.
Kermit D. Frog, Miss Piggy. You're listening to the Grow Clinton podcast. Grow Clinton is a 501c6 nonprofit economic community development and tourism organization based in Clinton, Iowa. For more information, visit growclinton.com. Again, that's growclinton.com. Now, back to the show. What's happening, all you amazing people out there in podcast land? Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in to another episode of the one, the only, you love it. You know where to find it, the Grow Clinton podcast, folks. Available wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Grow Clinton Podcast. As always, I am your host, Andy Sokolovich, President and CEO of Grow Clinton. For those of you that are not aware, Grow Clinton is a nonprofit organization where we focus on economic development, community development, and tourism, located on the eastern edge of the great state of Iowa, right along the mighty Mississippi River. If you want more information, visit growclinton.com. And of course, I'm joined in the studio by Jenny home from her office, the Director of Member and Community Relations. Jenny, what's happening?
You know where I just got back from?
Where? Lunch?
No.
Where are we at?
Fisher House Bed and Breakfast.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, love it. Fisher House Bed and Breakfast,
Oh.
right there on the 400 block of
Yep.
5th Avenue South. Great spot. Great individual that came through, him and his wife, and they retired Air Force guy, by the way.
Yep.
And they put some money into it and made a beautiful bed and breakfast. So we're excited to see them still up and running and doing great things in our community.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. You know what else is beautiful, Jenny?
Sponsors?
Sponsors. That's right. Citizens First Bank sponsoring these brand new microphones in the Grow Clinton studio. They're the bank that's always in tune with our community. Find them at gocfb.bank. Banking as it should be with Citizens First Bank, member FDIC. AdCraft Printwear and Sully Sports. AdCraft's been around since 1974, doing some amazing things throughout the Clinton community. Now they are the cutting edge operations in Clinton off of Mill Creek with a brand new $6 million facility, doing top-notch customized printwear for teams and companies all across the United States. For all of your custom printwear needs, AdCraftUSA.com. SullySports.com. Check them out. Retail sporting goods right in the same building as AdCraft off of Mill Creek here in Clinton. Right now, they're offering some sales on baseball gloves, 10% off. But if you become some part of the Sully's Shirts Club, you just go to the SullySports.com website, register. Cost me $24.99 a month. What do I get in return? A brand new exclusive t-shirt every month for being part of the club, as well as 10% off everything in the store. You cannot beat it. SullySports.com. OG sponsor of the Grow Clinton podcast, Miles Communications, hooking us up with wicked fast, high-speed internet, also offering television and telephone services to meet your home or company's communication demands. If they're not in your neck of the woods, they are on their way. MilesTelephone.com. LyondellBasell Clinton Complex produces high-density, low-density polyethylene plastic resins used to create a variety of products, including household and industrial bottles, pipes, food packaging, PEX tubing, outdoor durable goods to include kayaks, constructing and roofing materials. You name it. If it's made out of plastic, chances are pretty good that those plastic pellets came from Clinton. LYB, as they're commonly known on the stock ticker, is committed to being a responsible, engaged neighbor in the communities they serve, like Clinton, Iowa. Through volunteerism, charitable giving, and partnerships with local organizations, LYB aims to strengthen the community through the support of education, sustainability, and safety initiatives. LyondellBasell, solutions for a better tomorrow, Jenny.
There
it goes.
Oh,
Great. Did it land?
yeah.
Nice. Jenny. I did that on purpose. Great show today.
I know one of the greatest people talking about one of my most favorite things.
Greatest.
She's the greatest.
We have the executive director of the River Bluff Community Foundation in the studio, Alethea Cahoy. Executive Director, Alethea, thanks for so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate this opportunity.
River Bluff Community Foundation. What is it, Alethea?
Well, River Bluff Community Foundation was founded in 2005 to ensure that our community's charitable programs were supported then and for generations to come.
Yeah. Where's the money come from?
Donors,
Businesses, endowments.
Individuals, families.
Now,
create endowments.
River Bluff Community Foundation falls under the umbrella of the Oh, I always mess this
Community
up.
Foundation of Greater
Community.
Dubuque.
I should know this because my buddy Jason rocks it there. Community Foundation of Greater Dubuque, but the River Bluff Community Foundation. What is your 501c3? What is your thing?
We get our 501c3 status because of our affiliation with the Foundation of Greater Dubuque.
Got
Okay.
it. But several community individuals have created endowments through the River Bluff Community Foundation, where that money is used philanthropically. What types of things do you support financially throughout the community?
Our endowments support everything from the Showboat Theater, the YWCA. We have churches that have endowments. We have individuals who hold endowments that share their endowment payouts. They make decisions on a yearly basis where they want those payouts to go, what 501c3 charitable organizations they want to support. So we have food pantries, we have housing endowments.
So you're working on a great project, though. It's called Energize Clinton.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Energize Clinton is a two-phase program that we kind of developed with our host foundation, the Foundation of Greater Dubuque. It combines two strategic efforts to achieve a single impactful goal for our community.
So community heart and soul is what kicks off Energize Clinton. So this came to us back in 2018. My good friend, as mentioned, Jason Nisus. He's a friend of mine. I don't know how to say his name, though.
Wow.
He's a great guy. He works for the Dubuque Foundation, and he's really a huge fan of community heart and soul, which is a process where we go out and we survey the community to identify what they want to see within our community to enhance their own well-being and quality of life. And how many surveys did we get back in response, Alethea?
We engaged over 1,200 community members with surveys, interviews, and conversations.
And what are they saying?
Boy, they really 6 main themes emerged.
Okay.
That residents love about Clinton. They love our location.
Oh, yeah.
But even more than that, they love our people. They love the friendliness of this community. And that's really what attracted me to move here and stay here 26 years ago.
That's what I always hear. I hear when I go out and I talk like today, when I went to Fisher House Bed and Breakfast, I go out and talk to a lot of companies and people, who have moved here. That's what they say they love.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was amazing. We did nearly 1,300 surveys collected. Out of those surveys, and this is what I always say when I pound the drum about social media and what you see and what you hear, disregard it, because the vocal minority is often out there. But 1,300 surveys, we received less than 10 negative comments.
Oh,
yes.
See?
Less than 10 negative comments.
That's amazing.
Out of 1,300 surveys collected. Everybody was very forthcoming and shared all the things they love, from Eagle Point Park to the riverfront to the Showboat to all the amenities that make this place a great location to live and raise a family.
Agreed.
So now what's the next step? We got the information. We went out. We reported our findings to the community. Now you're working on building an endowment.
Absolutely. So the next phase, the Small Town Dreams Initiative, is where we are working to build an endowment that'll help fund those ideas, bring those ideas to life in our community. So this endowment, once it's fully established, will pay out about $20,000 to $25,000 every year to jumpstart and fund projects that residents want to see happen.
Nice.
Things that residents think will make Clinton an even better place to live, work, and play.
So what ideas have they been giving you?
Oh boy, we have a whole action plan booklet full of ideas. Some of the things have already come to fruition actually along the way. We had like the concrete bags at the Riverview Park.
Nice.
Did it.
Lyondell Bissell.
Lyondell Bissell helped with that. Yes. The launch of EntreFuel. Yep. Really, I know you'd been tinkering with that idea for a while before that.
That's our entrepreneurial development program here at Grow Clinton. EntreFuel.
The Clinton Herald has enhanced its community engagement calendar.
Nice.
With that new walking trail that's going up in Eagle Point Park.
Yeah, that just went out.
That was an idea that was suggested.
People love it.
Yeah. And organizations like the city and the Parks and Rec Department have taken that information and incorporated it into their planning discussions. So hopefully we can see some more of these visions come to light, because some of the ideas were things that $20,000 won't touch.
Right.
These are bigger potatoes that the city needs to go for, the county needs to go for. So we try to get that information out across the board.
Yeah.
Does it have to be one project for that amount of money, or can you put that amount of money toward a bigger project?
You can put it towards a bigger project. We could even fund multiple projects in a year. So
Aha.
if a project doesn't need that full 25,000, if there's 4 really good projects that just need about 5,000 each,
Mhm.
we can fund multiple projects in a year. Truly, the sky is the limit. It's what residents want to see happen. That's our key
That's
thing.
cool.
And that's what I've always loved about community heart and soul. And back when Jason and I really pushed in 2018 to do it, back then there was kind of a requirement to have we didn't have Alethea back then. So
Right.
somebody was going to have to be paid to kind of manage the process.
Right.
And at the time, it just was too heavy of a lift for volunteers. But it came back around in 2023.
Mhm.
And again, a group of us got together. We came up with the name Energize Clinton. We had a whole branding thing. We came up with a logo. We had a website. Really cool effort. And the effort has not stopped, even though we've collected the surveys and we have this data now to influence our future decision making. You can still provide information and share ideas. You can reach out to me at Grow Clinton. You can reach out to Alethea at the River Bluff Community Foundation, whomever you know that's affiliated with community awareness as far as City Hall, whatever. Reach out, share your ideas, because you never know where the next big idea is going to come from.
And don't feel discouraged if you don't see it happen overnight. I mean, that stuff takes time.
It does.
Yes, municipal things move like molasses
Very
in winter
slow.
time, and it's by design. It's the
Mhm.
process. I get it.
Yeah.
But yes, I do agree. When you have an idea and that light bulb hits, you want instant gratification,
Right.
and it just takes some time. But do share those ideas because we have the funding to make them come through to fruition.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great stuff. Yeah. I mean, a lot of things, like I sit on the board for the Capital Improvements Planning Commission. And when we take into consideration projects we're doing for the incoming fiscal year, I do often go back to that survey and
Mhm.
look to see what residents have requested. And that influences my decision if I bring anything to the table for the municipality to consider funding in the next 12 months. So
It's true. When I talk to some of the plant managers and things like that, and they have to bring people to town. I thought, and I've told this story a million times, I thought when I talked to them, I'd be talking about like regulations and government and stuff like that. And what they talk to me about is, can we expand the dog park? Because that's what the people we are talking to want. So it's so important.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's the key of, this whole Energize Clinton endowment will support things that make
Mhm.
Clinton an even better place to live, work, and play.
Right.
I think Andy at one point had shared a number of all the folks that commute out of town
Mm-hmm.
to work every day.
Right.
If we could keep them here, if we could even keep the people that drive into Clinton working here, get them to move here,
Right.
That's the goal. Yeah, we're working on it. We just interviewed a buddy of mine, Dave Miller, the other day.
Oh, yeah.
He's affiliated with an organization called Homes for Iowa.
Yep.
Out of Newton. Their correctional facility has an amazing program where inmates that many of which are in there just by wrong place, wrong time,
Mhm.
victim of circumstance, whatever, they're serving their time, but they learn through an apprenticeship program how to build homes.
Right.
So from construction to electricians to plumbers, you name it, they walk out of their time served at the penitentiary and they have a skill set and they go off into the workforce. However, through Homes for Iowa, while they're in the prison system, they build, 24 homes a year, something like that. And then these homes are made available at a very low cost, a 1,200 square foot home, 2-bedroom, 1 bath. I think it's $108,000.
$108,000.
And it is modular. So it comes to you, dropped off, put on a slab. But it's programs like that, as we start to look at our housing deficit, that we can tap into this Energize Clinton endowment to kind of offset those startup costs.
What are the boundaries? I mean, if somebody, the endowment, what can you spend it on?
Well, the parameters, the guideposts that we're using for projects to fund need to strengthen one of those 6 main themes that emerged.
Okay.
So it has to strengthen something to do with people, activities available, things to do with our size and location, either promoting it or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Revitalization efforts.
Oh.
People really like those things going on, those downtown business, the Lions business revitalization, but also the work that's being done in demolishing some of those blighted houses,
For sure.
or else upgrading some of those houses, education, and businesses, big and small.
Right.
So anything that attracts people.
A huge limitation, honestly.
The sky pretty much is the limit.
It's true. It's almost kind of hard to get your head around it. I mean,
it is.
So you're talking about, let's say somebody comes to the downtown and they say, I like that building, I want to do something with that building, what would be the rules for coming to the foundation?
Well, this is one-time funding. It's going to be an annual process, one time a year,
Okay.
that we will have an application cycle.
Okay.
We are working to assemble a citizens advisory committee that will be a broad variety of people throughout the community that have an idea, have their finger on the pulse of what's going on,
right?
Things that people want to see done. And they will be the ones that make that decision. And as we get farther into this, once we get this endowment fully established, we'd like to get that advisory group to help us create the application for it.
Okay.
And really that group can then decide how they want that application process to look. If it's going to be a pitch fest, or if it's going to be just a traditional grant application, or if they're just going to say, we know this is going on and this was brought forth, we want to fund this year.
And has this gone on in other communities?
It has.
Okay.
Different communities have raised this fund. There's been 15 so far.
Oh, wow.
That have either completed it or are in the process of creating these funds for their community.
Okay.
So some of them use them only for outdoor recreation stuff.
So it's kind of like the community can
community can
customize
decide.
it. Okay.
Yes.
And I'm sure as you continue to develop the oversight committee, there'll be criteria. I mean, obviously, preference is going to be shown to projects that have a broad impact.
Yes.
If it's very specific to just a subset of the community, and also if you're, for profit, and I would assume you're not going to be able to leverage this fund to pad your own pockets.
No.
So it's going to be, the criteria is going to be set, and it's going to be laser focused on how we grow and develop the community, and again, support as many people as possible. So.
And that's the types of projects that are completed. The majority of Clinton area residents should be able to appreciate them.
So if somebody came to this and said, I'm one individual, I want to build an ice skating rink for the community.
That would be something.
Okay.
Start the conversation.
Okay. Start the conversation. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
And it's not just, Alethea's not like, that sounds like a great idea. Here's a check for 20 grand. No, obviously you have to work with Parks and Recreation on stuff like that. You have to understand insurance, liability. All those things have to be addressed. However, if you get beyond all those initial hurdles,
right,
and you have a plan, a strategy that's pretty much watertight, you can have some of the funding to be able to support the initial startup of a great project. Then, I would assume just like the Clinton County Development Association, often a lot of endowments or programs like this are what's known as last dollar, meaning that you can't come in with empty pockets and have it like, but for your money, I'm not able to do this. You need to demonstrate that you got some skin in the game as well. And I think that's a key component. And I love the idea of a pitch fest. I love when I see people stand up in front of an audience. You can see their passion come out, their excitement. You can tell they put some thought into it. They just didn't like Google an idea that's half cocked and come in and ask for money. I think that's great because we're going through the process right now through Rotary of kind of highlighting our Rotary Foundation and our philanthropic giving and putting in some like standard operating procedures because it's in the past it was kind of loosey goosey.
You need them,
but that's huge. And one of the things that I thread in there is you must within 6 weeks of the completion of the project come to a meeting of the Rotary Club on a Monday and stand in front of the general membership and then tell us how the Rotary Foundation dollars impacted the project.
That makes sense.
So, a lot of cool things on that list, though. I was blown away. And I excuse me, I did go in kind of, I don't want to say I was pessimistic, but I did anticipate some people responding to that survey and negatively. But when we only received less than 10 negative comments, and they were all just BS comments, it was just like,
always,
I don't want to be here. It's like, well, then leave. Okay? But a majority, obviously, well over 1,200 were very positive comments. And that's what we were looking for because we need to influence that decision, that planning moving forward.
So impressive to get that many great comments. And I know I'm going to say only good things about Clinton because I love it here. But, if you do have a concern or something like that, come with, some solution or just be genuine about it. Just not complaining and all that. Getting somewhere with something like this comes through positive. Absolutely positive.
So Alethea, for those that do not, have never heard of the River Bluff Community Foundation, you shared a little bit about the history. So 2005, it was established really just to give back to the community and support projects like this. But are you governed by like a board of directors? How's that work?
Yes, our board of directors include Cheryl Fry,
Oh, sure.
David Pillars, Dennis Lauver, John Tomes, Julie Dunn, and Tara Vanderleest.
I think I know all of them.
You
Yeah.
know all of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the day when Francie Hill was on your board,
Yes, she was.
I remember we did the first childcare group that met and
Yeah.
started talking about childcare as an impediment to workforce development and community growth. Francie called me and said, "Oh, I hear you're doing this. Come over to the River Bluff Community Foundation and we'll give you a check for $500."
Oh my
And
gosh.
I was like, "Sweet, Francie, thanks."
Right.
I don't even know what the River Bluff Community Foundation is, but I'll take the money.
Yeah.
So that was my introduction, but very, very nice and philanthropic group of people that just want, they're not the ones that are going to be in the trenches, like doing
Right.
it. They want to hear your story and they have the financial capability to ensure that you are successful.
Exactly.
And that's what you need, the follow through,
Exactly.
right?
Yes.
I mean, and I
Yes.
think it's great that, you can be discouraged. You come up with an idea and you can be discouraged because you start hearing things like you need to talk about insurance. But if you're really passionate about it, just, keep going, with it,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And those board
Absolutely.
members, this isn't their first rodeo.
No.
Many of them have been involved in community development for decades.
Yeah.
And, they just really, except for Tara, she's like 20 years old or something like that. She's gonna be happy I said 20.
Yeah.
But yeah, her kids go to school with mine. It's a whole thing. But yeah, so they've been involved in things and they've seen some of these projects come through to fruition and be very successful.
Sure.
So they're not just sharing those things with you as, like to make you feel like you can't accomplish it. They
Mhm.
don't want you to feel jaded or just kind of overwhelmed. They're sharing their experiences on
Right.
how to put forth a project and then actually see it across the finish line.
Showing you the
Yes.
pitfalls,
Yes.
Yeah.
things you need to know.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's our
So
goal.
if we got people out there with, let's say, some deep pockets, they have some extra cash
You're out there.
in their
We know it.
account and they want to
Absolutely.
give to the Energize Clinton endowment, what does that look like?
Boy. So we set out to create $450,000 endowment. Just after Christmas, we announced publicly that we had reached our first milestone, thanks to a generous gift of over $27,000 from
Nice.
the Rotarians
Wow.
and the Rotary Foundation. So that pushed us into what we call the community phase, where we were then setting out to raise another $225,000
Oh my goodness.
to wrap this up. So, with that, meeting that first milestone, that first $150,000, the anonymous donor who has created this challenge grant of $100,000 in the beginning gave us $25,000 towards the endowment, but then they also gave us $15,000 for immediate grant making.
Oh wow.
So what we are using that money for is at the Arboretum for the Danbo trolls,
Yes.
for some visibilities, benches, stuff like that. But also, Ann Eisenman's writing a story walk. She's creating a story walk. She's writing a story about the trolls in the Arboretum.
Backstory.
Yes. And so,
Our own Matty Ice is involved in that project.
Oh
too.
no way.
Matt Parbs.
Yeah.
and so that we really wanted to fund a story walk, because one thing that people wanted was activities for young and old alike.
Yeah.
And for those of you who know what a story walk is, they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're interactive, really a neat way. Young and old can appreciate them, gets the whole family engaged. So we thought that'd be a great place.
That's for
put the money
everybody.
to it. And the Arboretum
Yeah.
is a place for all of Clinton.
Mm.
Everybody
You know,
loves the
everybody.
Danbo trolls except for Chris Streets. I don't know what a troll ever did to him,
Chris.
but he's he's pessimistic.
No,
Whereas we are optimists, we puke positivity.
always.
But no, Chris likes it. He just gives us a hard time.
Yeah.
But no, it's gonna be cool. You can walk through the Arboretum. You'll have different stations. You'll learn about the trolls. There'll be some kind of backstory, because each troll, while they're not physically animated, meaning they're not like robotic, they look like they're active.
Oh my
they're doing
gosh.
something. And it's a great experience. And kudos to Ann and her entire team, because this is kind of Ann's like little last hurrah
Oh yeah.
before she goes and retires. And we're very excited to have her at the leadership position to get this Danbo thing in partnership with the Sawmill Museum. And then also, obviously, the redevelopment of the Arboretum building, which was the original Bickelhop home.
Gorgeous.
It's going to be
Yes.
so
Mm.
awesome. They actually had a pool in there, and we filled the pool about 3/4 of the way full of concrete. And then the remaining portion of the pool, there was artwork that was painted along the edge. And then the pool was covered up by thick glass that when
Brian
you go
Kelly.
in there, you'll be able to look
Mhm.
down and see the
Yeah.
artwork in an old pool.
So
it's kind of
cool.
neat.
And
That
for
is-
people who don't know, because I thought we're going to get a big, giant 100-foot plastic troll with the wild hair. What?
No.
Yeah.
What?
Jenny.
I don't understand.
The
And
ignorance,
and
Jenny.
it was deep.
Deep.
inside of
Dambo
me.
Troll's going to be awesome.
Yeah. No, these are they're more like the Norse kind of a troll. And they're big and they're cool. And I can't wait.
Yeah, what a great endeavor to support financially.
Yes.
So again, somebody wants to give money. What do they call?
All right. So you can call me at the River Bluff Community Foundation. I think Andy might have my contact information.
Yeah, we got it all. Don't worry, I got you.
Yep.
If you want to reach out to Alethea Cahoy, you can find her at 563-321-0317. And if you're just looking for the link to their website, we put that in the show notes as well. She's easy to get a hold of. If you can't find her, maybe that husband of yours, Steve, is keeping you busy. He's out of Lyondell Basel, just twiddling his thumbs, I'm
Yeah.
sure, since they have a pretty big deal coming up in a turnaround here in July.
Whatever.
Yes.
But no, great guy. I like him a lot. I think he
Yes.
owes me $20 or something off the
He
hip
owes
up.
everybody
I'm just
$20.
But if you can just find it on our website, River Bluff Community Foundation, it's actually under the DubuqueFoundation.org, but just Google River Bluff Community Foundation. You can also find them on Facebook. That's where all the cool kids hang out, and you can get a hold of Alethea or contact us. We'll put you in touch with her.
For sure.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mhm.
Jenny,
Yes.
are you excited about the trolls?
Oh, I can't even tell you.
Are you excited about all the future projects?
Absolutely. 100%.
I am very excited. Now, the city just awarded a bid to put a concrete walking path inside the green interior of the Serpentine Drive up at Eagle Point Park.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, we're working on that. Eventually, it'll be marked out with distances and things of that nature.
How
Because right
cool.
now, people go up there, pedestrians, they walk on Serpentine Drive.
mhm.
And it's not called Serpentine Drive because it's straight.
It's crazy.
It's very,
Yeah.
it's wonky, it's curves, and it's blind spots. And
Dangerous.
it's probably not the safest place to walk. I know
Mhm.
I've been up there and I've had cars sneak up on me.
Yeah.
And even though the speed limit is very low
Mm.
there, sometimes every once in a while you get a kind of excited 16-year-old behind the wheel that's cruising a little bit too fast.
Crazy kids.
So we're going to be putting those
Yeah.
sidewalks in the interior. It's going to be very nice when it's all said and done. But that was something that came up time and time again within
cool.
our surveys, was to make it more pedestrian friendly
It
up
needs it.
there at Eagle Point Park.
That is going to
So-
be so nice.
Yeah, so we're doing all
Nice.
sorts of things.
I
but-
am excited about that. I'm excited about all the projects. And I think people should know that there are foundations like this and people are really working hard to make things nice.
Not only
Yes.
that, but Alethea and I and a few others, I think Julie Dunn may come, I'm not sure. Some folks from the River Bluff Community Foundation are going to be going to the Iowa Rural Summit,
Ooh.
and we're going to have a panel and a breakout session specifically on community heart and soul. And our friend Jason's going to lead that discussion, but I've been asked to serve as a panelist and talk about our experience in that whole process. It was a great experience. We got to sit down and have really deep and focused conversations about the community's growth
Mhm.
and future projects. And it was all orchestrated. And Jason, for those of you that do not know him, I got to get a haircut. This is insane. The
Oh,
hair's all
he-
over my face. I think I got static electricity or something. For those that don't know him, Jason not only is a great speaker, great facilitator, but he also is pretty good with a handful of markers. And he does these like really cool infographic kind of mind map things on
man.
whiteboard. And he just listens to the conversation. And at the end of it, you're presented with this amazing piece of art. And it's actually all your thoughts collected in a very easy to follow manner. So a very
Wow.
talented guy.
Mhm.
He also has a
Nice.
podcast.
Whatever.
He's our old buddy Eric Van Lanker's bestie. They were roommates in
that
college
so?
at UNI.
okay.
And now they have a podcast where them and a bunch of their college friends get in there and talk about all sorts of things.
Really?
Yeah, like recently they talked about like the overwhelming percentage of people that predominantly males that think they could land a plane if asked to do so.
I think I could.
So it's just really cool, but all sorts of cool stuff going on. It's amazing how the world works from a networking perspective. You meet all these people, they come into your life, and you never know the influence they're going to have.
And make it
That's
good.
true.
Make it good.
Yes.
Alethea, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Anything you need, do not hesitate to reach out and let us know. If it's promoting the endowment opportunities and seeking investors, we'd be happy to reach out to our membership.
Yep.
Our contact list is nearly 1,500 people, all great supporters. So be sure to leverage that stuff.
Absolutely.
Jenny?
Yes.
It's Friday.
I love it. You know what that means?
It's Friday. It's Friday. The weekend is here. It's Friday. It's Friday. Finally, it's the weekend at last. It's Friday. It's Friday. On the Grow Clinton podcast. So enjoy the break. What a beautiful bomb. The Grow Clinton podcast. Be sure to subscribe.
There you go. Happy Friday, folks. On behalf of everybody here at the Grow Clinton podcast, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. We'll be back with more here in the future. My name is always Andy Sokolovich, President and CEO of Grow Clinton. Until we speak again in the future, folks, stay classy. See ya. Thank you for listening to the Grow Clinton podcast. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on all your socials. Until next time, see ya.